Hello lovely people, welcome to my channel once again. In this video I'm going to show you how to make these 3 crochet keychains. This one you can make it as a car pendulum that you can hang in your car. This one unfortunately you can only use it like as a bag tag or a keychain. So please do subscribe to my channel and do turn your notification bell. So let's just get right into it. To begin, I'm going to do a magic ring. I did a video of 6 different ways of doing a magic ring, so you can watch that if this is too fast for you. So I'm going to take my yarn, wrap it on my finger to form an X and 2 parallel lines on the other side. So I'm going to take this yarn and I'm going to move it to the back like this, to the back. Then I'm going to lift this one and twist it a little bit like this. Then I'm going to insert my hook, then grab this yarn and make a chain like this, and my magic ring is done. So after doing the magic ring, I'm going to chain 2 more. 1, 2. So that is my first chain. So I'll be doing double crochets and I want 15, and this is the first one. So to do a double crochet, I'm going to yarn over, or to put yarn on my hook, I'm going to insert my hook inside the circle, grab some yarn and pass it through. So I should have 3 loops on my hook, grab some yarn, pass the yarn through the first 2 loops like this, and you should remain with 2 loops, grab yarn again and pass through the last 2 loops, and that is a double crochet, right? So I've done 1 plus this one, that's 2, so I'm going to need to do 13 more. So yarn over, insert my hook inside the circle, grab some yarn, 3 loops, grab some yarn, pass through the first 2 loops, grab some yarn, pass through the second 2 loops. So this is 3. So I'm going to do the rest of the double crochets off camera, then I come back. Okay, so I've done my 15 double crochets including the first chain. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull this yarn to close my circle. I'm going to pull as tight as I can like this. So now to join, I'm going to go to my chain here. So this is the chain and this is a stitch. So I'm going to put my hook under that stitch there, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. So I'm going to grab yarn, pass it under there so that I have 2 loops, and I'm going to slip this loop into this one like this, and this is how I join. I'm going to now chain 3 to start a new row. 1, 2, 3 like this. So now what I'm going to do, into the next stitch and the rest of the stitches, I'm going to do 2 double crochets in each stitch. So we started with 15. At the end of this row we must have 30. So into the next stitch, which is this one, this V here, I'm going to do 2 double crochets. So yarn over, insert my hook into that stitch, grab some yarn, should have 3 loops, grab some yarn, pass to the first 2, grab some yarn, pass to the second 2. I'm going to do another double crochet in the same spot, yarn over, insert my hook inside that stitch, grab some yarn, pass through the first 2 loops and pass through the second 2 loops. So in the rest of the stitches, I'm going to do 2 double crochets. So this is the first our first double crochets, and the second one is going to be in this stitch, okay. So I'm going to do 2 double crochets in each of the stitches until I get here, and I come back. Maybe let me do two on camera. So that's 1, that's 2, next stitch, 1, 2, then into the next stitch 2, like that. So that's what I'll be doing. So let me do the rest off camera and I come back. Okay, so I'm left with one stitch, and into that stitch I'm going to do just one, and that will be just one double crochet, like that will make it 30. So I'm going to go, this is the chain that we did, I'm going to go into that stitch, grab some yarn and slip stitch. You should have 2 loops, slip this one into this one, like this. So at this point you're done with this yarn, you can just chain 1 and cut. After you cut, you just pull. You need to cut some of the, like this. So you can what you call it, tuck this, just sew it inside your thing, or you can just tighten it. We're not gonna worry too much about this. So now what you're going to do, you're going to half it like this. Then we're going to take our white yarn, and we're going to do single crochets. So put it into that first stitch on top and at the bottom, grab some yarn, pass it through, make a single crochet like that. Go to the next stitch, make sure that the stitches correspond together. Do a single crochet like that. Go to the next stitch, do a single crochet. So that's how we're going to be joining. So you'll be putting your hook under the top stitch, and you're also going to put your hook under the bottom, what you call it, stitch. And I'm just carrying my white yarn, this one from where we started, like this. So I'm going to do single crochets until I get to this part and I come back. Okay, so when you get to the end, you're simply going to chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now depending on how what you call it, big you want it, I've just done 16. I think it's enough. You can do more. So this thing, you can use it as a car pendulum or as a key ring, but for me 16 is okay. After that, I am going to cut my yarn somewhere here, like this. Then I'm going to take out my hook. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this 8mm beads into, I'll use my to just help me. I'm going to put 4 of this 8mm hollow beads, so 4 of them. Let me do it off camera. Okay, so once you put your beads in, I'm gonna put my hook back in. I'm going to go into this corner and I'm going to grab some yarn, pass it through. So putting the beads, I'm going to go put my hook back in. I'm going to go to the very top of that thing, just inside my hook, grab some yarn and pass it through, and I'm going to do 1 single crochet. I'm going to do another single crochet. I'm going to just insert my hook where we did the first stitch right there, grab some yarn and do another single crochet like that. After that, I chain, what you call it, like this. Then I'm going to fill up my thing, cut this, put 2 beads on this side and 2 beads on the other side. Then this one, I'm just going to tuck it inside my thing. So like that. You can just reshape it. Like that. And I'm going to take my what do you call it, the key holder. I'm just gonna open it. I'm just going to go to the middle and I will just insert then close, and that is done. That's how you do that. So I'm going to move on to the next keyring. Keyring I'm going to do is this one. This one is super simple and I'll quickly show you how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to take my thin yarn. So to begin, I'm going to do a slip stitch. Please check my other video where I showed you 6 different ways of doing a slip stitch. So I'm going to quickly do it and pull. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to chain 16. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me chain 16. After chaining 16 stitches, I'm not going to start in the first stitch. I'm going to start in the second stitch here. So I'm going to insert my hook into that second stitch, grab some yarn, pass it through so that I have 2 loops, and I'm going to do single crochets. So grab some yarn again and pass through those two loops, and that is a single crochet. I'm going to go into the next stitch, insert my hook like that, grab some yarn, pass it through, grab some yarn and pass through those 2 loops, and that is a single crochet. So I'm going to do those single crochet in all of the stitches, then I come back. Okay, so when I get to the end, I'm going to chain 1, then I turn my work. Then if I flip it, you're going to see these V's. So I'm going to insert my hook underneath those V's, and that is my stitches, and I'm going to do single crochets in that line, into that row again. So insert my hook under there, grab some yarn so that I have 2 loops, grab some yarn and pass through those 2 loops, and that is a single crochet. I'll just do it one more time. Insert my hook into the next stitch, grab some yarn so that you have 2 loops, grab some yarn, pass through those 2 loops, and you see these V's. These are these V's here. I'm putting my hook underneath like there. Then I'm grabbing my yarn, going under and coming up with it so that I have 2 loops, grab some yarn and pass through those 2 loops. So I'm going to do single crochets until I get to the end, and I come back. When I get to the end, I chain 1 and I pull. I'm going to make another one exactly like this and come back. At the end, I chain 1, then I cut and pull. So now I'm going to take these 2 and I'm going to join them. I'm just going to cut the excesses. Let me cut the excesses, because I'm just putting them one on top of the other, and you can still try to start anyway. So I'm going to put the same. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to put one on top of the other, and I'm going to grab some yarn, pass through both, and do a chain. Then I'm going to go into the next stitch, the top and the bottom. Then I'm going to grab some yarn, pass through 3, go into the next stitch, the bottom and the top, grab some yarn, and I'll be just doing single crochets all around. I'm going to the next stitch, the top and the bottom, grab seam in and do a single crochet like this, top and the bottom, grab some yarn, 2 loops, and do a single crochet. So I'm going to do this for the rest all around, and I'll come back. I forgot to say, when you get to the corner, you just tuck in this yarn that's sticking out. You do 1 extra chain, just chain 1, then you're going to do 2 single crochets on the side. So 1, insert it somewhere, and do the second single crochet like this. Then you're going to chain 1 again, and you're going to start working in the stitches on this row, starting with the first like this. Then the rest you do your single crochets. Let me do that and I'll come back. Okay, when you get to the part where you started, you're going to do one last single crochet into that stitch. Then you're going to cut your yarn, chain 1, and pull. So now what we're going to do, we're going to stuck in these 2 yarns inside, and come back. After tucking, it should look something like this. So now I'm going to take my white yarn, and I can literally start at any point. I'm going to start from here, grab some yarn, grab some yarn like this. I'm going to go into the next stitch, grab some yarn and pass it through so that you have 2 loops. So now what you're going to do, you're going to slip this one into this one like this. Then I'm going to go into the next stitch, grab some yarn so that I have 2 loops, and I'm going to slip this one into this one like this. So into the next loop, grab some yarn and pass it through so that you have 2 loops. Grab this yarn into this one. Right, so as you can see, it's forming a horizontal loops. So I'm going to do that all around my thing. So let me quickly do that and I'll meet you when I get here. Okay, so I'm now at the point where I started. I'm going to do one last single slip stitch in there. Then I'm going to cut my yarn, on this yarn that I've cut. Like this. Then this yarn, I'm going to take it to the back. So here in front it won't show. Oh, there is a small looks in, but it's okay. Then these 2 yarns, I'm simply going to tuck it inside this thing in here. So let me quickly tuck and I'll show you the finished product. After tucking in, my thing is literally done, and I'm just going to take my key ring and just attach it. Yeah, so if you like it soft and flabby like me, you can leave it like this. If you want it to be hard, you can use starch. You can starch it so that it's hard, but I like it like this. And this is the second key ring. So the third and final key ring that I'm going to show you is this rust themed one. So I found out if I used yellow, it's difficult for you guys to see, so I'm using this orange just for demonstration, but feel free to use yellow, green and red or any other colors that you like. Okay, so to start I'm going to do a magic ring like that. So then after doing the magic ring, I'm going to chain 2 more, 1, 2. So this is my first double crochet. So I'm going to do 7 more. So yarn over, insert my hook into that circle, grab some yarn, so that I should have 3 loops. Grab some yarn, pass to the first 2, grab some yarn, pass to the second 2. So this is number 2, then 3. So I want 8. So this is 3. I'm going to go do 5 more double crochets and I come back. After that I'm going to pull. Right, just gonna kind of like shape it. Right, so to join the circle I'm going to go into the first stitch. This is the first loop that we did, and I'm going to go into the stitch, the first stitch. Set my hook in there, grab some yarn, pass it through, and I should have 2 loops. Slip this loop into this one like this. So this is how you join it. Then I'm just going to chain 1 and cut. Then pull. Okay, so this is our little circle right here with 8 double crochets. I'm going to move on to our second color, green. So the green that I have is slightly thin, so I doubled it. So these are the stitches here, but we're not going to work in the stitches. We'll be working in between the spaces between the double crochets. That's where we'll be working. So I'm going to start from here. You can start from any point. Grab my yarn, chain 1 like this, chain 2 more, 1, 2, and that is our first double crochet. So now into each space between the double crochets we're going to be doing 2. So this is our first, this chain is our first double crochet. We're going to do another one in that same spot, double crochet like that. Then I'm going to go into the next space in between this double crochet and this one, yarn over, insert my hook there, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets in that spot also. Okay, so that's 1. I'm going to do another one into that same spot like that. Then I'm going to move to the next space. I'm going to move to the next space and I'm going to do 2 double crochets in that space also. Yarn over, insert my hook there, and do it 1 double crochet and do another one. Like that. So I'm going to do in all of the spaces until I get to this place. So let me quickly do that and I'll come back. Okay, so when you're done it should look something like this. If you count, your double crochets should be 16 because you've got 18, you've got 8 spaces. So to join, I'm going to go into the first stitch just right here, insert my hook in there, grab some yarn, pass it through, and I'm going to slip this stitch into this one like this, right? Then I'm going to chain 1 and I cut my yarn and pull. Right. So I'm going to introduce my third color. You can literally start from anywhere. Grab some yarn, make a chain, and that is how you attach your yarn like that. Then we're going to, into the same stitch, we're going to do our first single crochet. So you should have 2 loops. Grab some yarn and pass through like that. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to be alternating single crochets. So in one spot you're going to be doing 1, in the next spot you're going to be doing 2 single crochet. So into this next stitch right here, you're going to do 2. So 1, insert your hook under that stitch, grab some yarn so that you have 2 loops, 2, like that. Then into the next stitch you're going to do 1 single crochet. This will make our thing to have 24 stitches at the end of the day. So I'm going to continue alternating 2 single crochets and 1 single crochet, like that, like that. So I'm going to continue to do that until I get to the spots. So it's 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet, until you go all around. So let me quickly do that. Because I ran out of my red, so I just quickly changed to white. So I just used white and did that. So on one of the, so we're going to make 2, right? 1 like this and 1 like this. So with the one that's like this here, you're simply going to chain 1, then you cut your yarn, and that's it. Then for this one you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to go into the stitch right here, put your hook there, and you're going to slip stitch. So you're going to slip this one into this one, like this. After that you chain and cut. And pull. So now I'm going to show you how you join the 2. The first thing that you do, you're going to cut the excess yarns. Don't worry about tucking them, they're just gonna be inside the thing. You literally put them one on top of the other so that they're each sitting like this. Like this. Then we're going to take our red yarn. Sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna start from here, from this. You can start from any point really. Okay, I'm going to start from here. Yes, I'm going to start from here, and I'm going to, grab, and I'm also going to go to the bottom one. The bottom one is this, right? I'm going to grab my yarn, pass it through both, then slip this one into this one, like this. Then I'm going to insert my hook into the next stitch as well as the bottom stitch. Grab this one, pass the yarn, slip this one into this one. So I'm going to slip stitch all the way until I get to where I started. So let me do that. So nothing fancy, just slip stitching on all the stitches. Okay, so I'm at the spot where I started, so I'm going to do the last slip stitch like this. Then I'm going to cut my yarn, then I'm going to pull. Once I do that, I'm going to, where is it, here, set my hook there, and I'm going to pull it down right? Then these 2 yarns here, first of all I'm going to cut them to reduce the length. Then you're simply going to tuck them inside. So just put your hook somewhere. After tucking, I'm simply going to take my key ring and attach it. So this is our key rings that you can crochet for yourself. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please do subscribe to this channel and do turn on your notification bell. I will read it to help me out a lot. Thank you so much for joining me. Look forward to more videos. Thank you. Okay, bye bye.